everybody. Hi, how are you doing? This is Tiffany, TL Russ Lifestyle on the interwebs. I am so glad to see you guys today. Uh, it's been a bit of a challenge, I will say. Today has been a little rough, but I get to play in Notion, so yay! And I get to hang out with my peeps, so that's always good as well. Welcome. If you don't know me, my name, like I said, is Tiffany, TL Russ Lifestyle, and I am a huge fan of Notion. I'm a huge fan of planning. I do writing, I do photography, I have a number of things going on. So being organized, or at least being moderately put together, is um definitely a needed conversation. So I'm going to check out the chat, and then we are going to jump in and get started. Nick, as always, is here to remind everybody to hit and subscribe. I do have a Kindle Vella out called Come Find Her. I do have a book club on Ko-fi, where you will also be able to check out my new story that's coming this holiday season called A Town Called Christmas. I'm so excited. I will be doing a live reading of the first short story. It's a short story collection, and I will be doing the live reading of the first short story next Monday. See, and here you go. I need to put up the thumbnail for that. See how you right there. So this is why we need organization. Oh, I don't know about a Notion queen, but thank you very, very much. Maybe like a Notion princess. I don't know. Duchess or something. You want to go. That's so sweet. Barrett is here. Hello. Cool gamer. Hello. My girl woke up late, but here she is, productive and thriving. Productive, yes. Thriving, we may have to rethink that part. Angela, hi. Some highs all around. Morgan is here. Hello. Eva, hello. Some more highs all around. Princess Bunny Cage. I don't know if I've seen you before, but if I haven't, welcome. So, little me Notion history. Okay, so this was like gonna be cute when I first put it on, and now I'm like hot. But a little me Notion history. So I started using Notion quite some time ago. I was looking for something that would be, really kind of help me get my stuff together, stay organized. Um, Yay! Do all the different things. And I had been using Trello for forever, but one of my things with Trello that I didn't love was that I couldn't kind of go back and forth between a lot of the different ways that I wanted to see stuff. And I had gotten into Asana, which allowed me to do that, but I also had to like kind of decide the main way I wanted to see something like right off the bat. And so it wasn't quite working for me. And then someone recommended Notion. And one of the other things that really kind of got to me with Trello and with Asana and even with ClickUp, which I still somewhat use sporadically, was that there's a lot of paid stuff like kind of hiding along the trail. Whereas Notion, so far, I've been using it at least, I'd say 2-3 years, and I have yet to run into something that makes me feel like I need to upgrade to the paid version. Have I considered upgrading to the paid version? Yes, but only because I feel like I'm just like ripping them off at this point. I'm like, you've given me so much. I feel like I should give you something back. So, oh, I love this. I'm new to Notion and I need all the help I can get. Awesome. Because that's what we're going to do. I've done Notions before where I've kind of walked you through how I set up what I've already got set up. Today, guys, let me tell you, you're going to be surprised when you see where we're hitting. Hold on, let me get it because I have it all set up. We're starting brand spanking new. We're starting from page 1. You have just opened your Notion. You have not done anything else. This is where you're at. And we're going to build from here, because as much as I enjoy like I know there's a lot of you that have used Notion before. There's also a number of you that haven't. So I think it's a lot easier, especially because when you first open Notion, it can be a little overwhelming because when you start a page, it really is just blank. There's like not a lot there. It's very confusing, and it's like, what the crap do I do? So I'm gonna walk you through pretty much all of it. I'm gonna move me for just 5 seconds so that you can be able to see everything that I'm going to show you, because we're gonna go through this whole first side first. So here I have a couple of different Notions simply because I started off in one way and then I decided I wanted to do something a little bit different. And so that's how I ended up kind of getting here. And at first I thought I really needed, if I wanted my writing to be different, I needed like a full writing section. And if I wanted like my business, like my photography business to be different, I need a full section for that. And now I've realized, no, you don't really, you just need like different dashboards, if you will. So that's why I have a number of them. And the way I do that is you can just come up here and you can create a new workspace if you would like to do that. And that's what I did here. So basically that's why this looks like exactly what you would see when you first log in and you first get like just your whole thing. I used Trello once with a group, but Notion is all new to me. Okay, so yay, we are starting you out strong. All right, so you have your search menu. To me, it's not one of the most powerful things, but it is a very powerful thing because you can search through Notion with a lot of different things. That's what makes it really good for setting up, like if you wanted to put in like your writing documents or like certain events or like, your household information, because you can actually search for what it is that you're looking for. If all you remember is that, oh, I had this writing idea about a kid named Tom, you can put in like kid named Tom and hopefully find, what it is that you're looking for. They do updates sporadically. This is where you're going to find it. You can have different members. Now, here's where you get into the paid conversation. If you want to have multiple people working with you, like if you are doing if you're doing YouTube and you have like a say like someone who edits your videos and someone who does like your social media or something like that, then maybe that's where you would get into members, because you would want people where you guys are both on the same like page, like the same dashboard, if you will. And then I believe it is a paid conversation. However, I do have a page on one of mine that I have shared with some people that I do believe they can, like add stuff to. And again, I'm still not on the paid version. So, we're gonna you may have to play with that and see where you end up. This is just a getting started on mobile, because that's one of the things that I love about Notion is that I have this on my desktop, I have it on my tablet, I have it on my phone. So if I'm planning, it's with me everywhere. If I come up with a story idea, it's with me everywhere. If I am like sitting out on the couch, I don't always have to take my computer to brainstorm. I can do it on my tablet. That's one of the fun things for me, is that it can be very versatile in where it can go. The quick note is just giving you an idea of how you can do quick notes in here, how you can embed links, create subpages, make to-do lists, all those types of things. This is kind of an idea of what your personal home could be like. We're going to do it a little bit different than this. But this gives you, like here's your personal home. You have your daily, your life, you have yearly goals here. And one of the things about Notion is, and this is where it kind of gets overwhelming, is that Notion is very much like an embed feature. So you create these pages or these lists, but they're all embedded onto a page or a list. And so that's where I think people are like, oh my gosh, it's too much. But once you start really kind of sitting down and kind of figuring it out, it actually isn't as much as it seems like it. Hey, Richard. And then you have your task list, which looks very much like a Kanban board. One of the great things, and this is what I meant when I said, like, for me with Asana, that made it a little bit difficult, is because you not only can have your board view, but if you click right here, you can create a different view. You can have a table, you can have a timeline, you can have a calendar, a list, a gallery. We're going to go over all of these and figure them out. So I'm just going to click out of that. You also can create a journal where you could put all of your entries if you want. You can have a reading list where you can keep all of your books and the information that you want to read. And, like you could have it however you want. These right here, you can change out. You can even put, like, if it's a 5-star, if it's a 4-star, if it's something you would share with others type of conversation. So yes, and then you can add a page. You can add a page right here, or you can add a page down here, which is why I moved me, so you'd be able to see where it says new page. They also have templates. They have a plethora of templates, from to-dos and project tasks and docs and meetings. And if you're a student, class notes, class schedules, life, weekly to-dos, travel planners, product. Yeah, it does say product management. Somehow I thought that it was productivity management, but yeah. Product management, design, engineering, marketing. If you need some place to figure out your blog or your social media calendar, your content calendar, home resources. This is, again, how people get overwhelmed. You don't have to use these if it's going to overwhelm you. But it does give you a jumping off point if you're just kind of like, I know I need to manage my content calendar. You can come in, you can see what it looks like, and you could be like, I can work with this. And then you can go from there. So there's also templates that you can purchase or you can download for free from other different people. You can always look around. So there you go. You can import if you have something from like Word that you would like to share in here or different things. And then you also have your trash because, everybody has trash. So that's pretty much where we're at. Richard said, I maintain a OneNote notebook for my writing notes, etc., and I have to resist the urge to have oodles of nested folders as I will forget stuff is in there. Very true. Very, very true. I agree, Angela. That is very relatable. Also, creating all those folders is pure procrastination. It can be. I take notes and never reference them again. Often my brain likes writing, organizing things, and then I remember or I don't. I love that. Is there any finer phrase than a plethora of templates? I do love a plethora. Trello felt like a procrastination tool for me, for sure. It can be. Searchbox is your friend. The thing with this is that, and it's one of the reasons that I find myself using it quite often, is because once I set it up, then it's set up and it's done and I can work with it. But I love the customization of it because I can make it do what I want it to do. So we're going to get started and we're going to make it a little aesthetic, a little not. We're going to play with it. We're going to see where we're going to go. Okay, first and foremost, we're going to add a page. So we're going to click add a page. And at this point, I'm going to bring me back down so you can see the whole kit and caboodle, as they say. I think somebody says that. I don't know. Okay, so over here, you have a few different things once you create a page. You have this right here, these little arrows that point sideways. That's how you can move this column off out of the way if you just need to see your page. You have your share. So if you want to share it on the web, if you want to share it with a friend, that's how you can do that there. You have comments because you can add comments to your own pages if you would like. You can view all of your updates. You can add it to your favorites. We'll get to that later. And then you have this lovely little 3 dots where you can change your style of font. You only do get the 3 styles of font. So that's where you're at there. You can make it smaller text or full width. You can move it to another section in your Notion. I'm going to be honest, I've never clicked the customize page, so I don't really know what that does. Let's click it. Let's see. Oh, that's more than we're going to get into for right now. You can lock the page, which, whoops, I didn't mean to do that, which like keeps it from like being moved or somewhat changed, if you will. You can copy the link to the page. You can open in your Windows app if you have it, I believe, downloaded onto your computer. You can undo something. Again, you can view the page history. You can show deleted pages and you can delete it. So it gives you the option. I always like to go full width. Now, I also will put it on small text. I'm not going to do that today because I want you guys to be able to see everything, but I am going to change the font because I do tend to like that font. Here's where you add whatever title you want your page to have. You can add an icon, you can add a cover image, again with the comments. You can make a page with an icon, you can make an empty page, you can go with that list of templates that we mentioned. If you have a template you've purchased from somebody, you can, or found online, you can import it right here, or you can make it a full table. Or these are all your databases. So a table would be like, just for you, Richard, it'd be like a spreadsheet. A board would be like the Kanban board. A list would just be a list of things. A timeline is basically a timeline. A calendar, again, just a calendar. And a gallery would be where you could see more like kind of boxes that look a little bit more like pictures. The only thing, if you do it as a database, is that is all that's going to live on this page. There are times that works best. There are other times, especially if you're doing, say, like your home dashboard, you don't want just one specific thing on that dashboard. You want multiple things on there. So we are going to create an empty page with an icon. There we go. If you want to change the icon, if you just hover over it and click, you can change it. I will do popcorn because everybody knows I love popcorn. If you want to add a cover image, you can go right here. You can change the cover image. One of the great things is you can upload. You can link it to something online, like if you have a GIF that you want to use. Or you can use Unsplash, which is basically stock images, but they're free that you can use. So let's see. We are doing planning. So I am going to put in plan. Let's see what we get. Oh, this is kind of fun. It says dream plan act. So let's do that. We only get the plan, but that's okay. If you want to reposition it, like maybe you want the dream, you can click reposition, drag it down. You have dream. If you want more of the plan, drag it up. If you want just act, I'm going to stick with just the plan and then just click save. And there we go. You've created your first page. Boom. We're done. Okay, go home. Thanks for showing up. Good night. No, I'm joking. All right. So as you can see, you've created a first page, but there is literally nothing on it. So we're going to title it. I'm going to title it our 2023 home dashboard. So there we go. Now, once you have your dashboard, you will see that this has type / for command. If you hit /, this is where you get into the meat and potatoes of a lot of this. You can put in a text box. You can add a page. You can do a to-do list. You create headers, tables, bullet lists, numbered lists. in other words, this is where people are going to get overwhelmed because there is a lot. You can add an image, a video, you can embed files, you can attach your Google Drive to it. I completely lost where I was because me and my mouse fight consistently. You can add databases. You can, I mean, it's a whole long list of stuff. What we're going to do is we're going to create a very simple nested homepage. So we're going to start with just a page, right? Add a page. Again, it will take you to, once more, this plain page. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to do the full width again because I just like it being full width. I don't know. I feel claustrophobic when it's that small. This time I'm just going to do an empty page, not even worried about the icon. And what I'm going to name this is social media content. Okay. And then I'm going to go back. This is your like trail, if you will. So this will take you all the way back depending on where you start. So as you can see, we have a page. I'm going to go up under there. I'm going to hit that backslash again. I'm going to do another page. I'm going to do the full width again. Again, that's just me. You don't have to do the full width if you don't want it. You can hit the backslash. Oh, I'm sorry. I was clicking the untitled. That was my bad. And I'm going to put writing space. And again, I'm going to go back. So now I have two pages on here. I have my social media content and I have my writing space. I'm going to do one more. I'm going to hit that backslash. I'm going to do page. And I am going to title this. I'm going to do it a little bit different this time. I'm going to title it first. I'm going to title it planning. I'm going to make it an empty page. And now I'm going to come over here and make it a full width. And change the font. All right. So there we go. We have 3 pages that are all blank. So now what do we do, right? So let's start. Now here's the great thing. These 3 little, I can make them come up. Okay, the 6 little dots right here. You can always grab those. Let's say you want planning above your writing, or let's say you want writing above all of them. You can move it up. If you want them all in a row, you can grab it. And if you see this like little blue line pop there, now I have them both in a row. You can add another one. Pop that little blue right there. There we go. You can even move it over so that, whoops, that was my bad. So that one's first. So you can do it like that. You can do it in a straight line. You can do whatever makes you happy. So we are going to go into, actually, we're going to stand here for a while. Okay. I actually want these all in a row. So I'm going to bring these back over here and put them all under each other. And there we go. Okay, so now they're all in a row. But I want a title over it because this is generally, let's say this is where I come to every day. So I'm going to type in daily visit. And then I'm going to come over here to these little 3 dots, or the 6 dots. I don't know why I keep wanting to call them 3. And I'm going to turn this into a header. And then I'm going to move this up so that this is my little space. So I have my daily visits right there. Now I would like a calendar because I'd like to see what it is that I'm doing every single month, day, year, whatever. So I am going to I'm going to hit that backspace again. And we're going to come down to where it says database. If I can scroll with my mouse, that I promise, guys, the mouse does not like me. Okay, so I want a calendar, but I don't want this calendar view here because that creates a full page calendar. I want the calendar to live in this page. So I'm going to go, wait a minute, I missed it. I'm going to go here where it says database inline. Okay. And I'm going to click that. It's not going to come up as a calendar. It's going to come up as basically a spreadsheet look, which is what happens. I'm going to title this, let's say writing plans 2023. Okay. So what happens if I want a calendar view is I'm going to click this plus button. We're going to get this list. I'm going to come over to calendar and click done. And there you go. You have a calendar view. And then you could just click off of, or you can click this plus and it'll go away. You have the calendar view. Now, that doesn't mean the table view is gone. The table view is still here. So I can always put in, like, you can rename these. Let's say I don't want it to say name. I want it to say event. Event. The only thing with this first line, it's you cannot change it from type. You can move it, but you cannot change it, which does kind of irritate me a little bit sometimes. But you can't, like I said, like I wish that I could change it and make it just like check marks or a date or something like that, but you can't do that. You can, however, since it's a calendar, you can move the date over. You can also grab and adjust your columns. I think that's about as far down as you can go. And you can always add tags. Tags are, let's say you have specific types of things. I'm going to go into a social media conversation. Let's say that that you do YouTube and you have live streams, you have vlogs, you have shorts, and you have I'm going to use Nia, Arthur Tuber React, because I couldn't think of anything else. So you can create those tags where you have live stream. And I'm just typing and hitting enter. Vlogs. Arthur Tuber Reacts. And I forgot what the other thing was that I said. Oh, shorts. But you have those. You can change the colors if you want to. I mean, this is getting really, where you're personalizing it. You can change the colors here. This is also how you would delete it or rename it. And I'm going to X out of all these because the great thing is when you make them, they automatically filter in there. So you can have that, and then you have all of your tags. So what happens then is next time you come in and let's say you have new video weekly or something like that. You can put a date in. If I can get it to click date, there we go. Let's say you're doing it next week, so on the 13th, and then it's a vlog. So there you go. And then if you go over to the calendar, it shows up on the calendar as well. You can also move it. Say you don't want to do it on the 13th. You can drag and drop, put it on the 14th, and you're good. So this is like a really great way you can keep track of your schedule. If you decide you're doing, let's say you have, I'm going to click here because that's how you would add something here. Let's say you're doing, Morgan has her new book launch. So you're doing book promotion. You're doing, let's say, live streams for it all week. You can come in here and you can include an end date. So you can start it on the 5th and you can end it, say, on the 11th. And now you will notice it goes across. So now you have everything right there. Let's say how Nia or Vixen of Fiction does Arthur Tuber react. So let's say you have Arthur to, I don't even know what I'm typing, guys. React. Oh my gosh, what is that? I'm using my second screen, and so sometimes it does some weird things. Okay, so you're going to click Arthur Tuber's React. You've already got your date in there. You can also include a time as well. You can click include time, because let's say you're doing it at, like you normally do it at 5, but this time you're doing it at 4. So you want to remember you're not doing it at 4 a.m. You're doing it at 4 p.m. So you can include a time as well. Then you can add a property, and let's say you add guest. All right. What you can now do is, instead of having this be text, you can have it either be the multi-select, which is like the tags, and you can specifically, like if you know, I sometimes guest. If you know, Morgan sometimes guest. So you can have specific people. Those people will live there. So every time you re-invite them, if you will, I don't know if that's the correct terminology, you can click right here and you can go through and just click whoever's your guest for that week. So this is really cool, especially like, let's say you do a podcast and you have guests that show up, quite regularly. That's a really cool way of doing it and keeping track. Plus, you also can create in here where, let's say you have specific questions you want to ask the guest. You can add all of your questions down here. So all you have to do is go to this one spot, and there you go. You have all of your information right there. You can also put in, if you have certain tasks that you do for Arthur Tuber's React, like maybe you have to do a thumbnail, maybe you have to do like send out reminders, you have to send out the invite with the link in it. You can make, I'm going to click the back link again, and we're going to do a to-do list. And so you can put in like make thumbnail. You can do send out link, confirm with, and then when you come in and you do it, you can just check that, or you can uncheck it if you don't. And this is where, if you do have things where you're running with people together, you might want members, because like say there's 4 different hosts of Arthur Tuber Reacts. If one is in charge of doing thumbnails, and one's in charge of sending out the link, and one's in charge of, other things, this is where you can put it. Not to mention that each person can add a comment. You can tag that other person in there, and then they would get that information. So that's how this can be very effective when you're doing whatever it is that you're doing. I can see how this can get addictive. It can. Well, I'm playing with Notion all night now. Oh, I don't want you to do it all night. But yes. So we are going to start. That was just kind of an overview. I'm going to show you how we're going to really like bring this like full turkey. We're probably going to go for maybe another hour, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to build a page for my next year for Notion. So I am going to actually get rid of this. I'm going to delete it. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to delete it. Okay. I'm going to keep these. What I'm going to do now is, you guys are going to have to play with me. If you have questions, drop them in, and I will go back through, and I'm going to try to go as slow as I can to kind of show you how it is that I'm building this. Okay. So the first thing that I'm going to do, because I know for me personally, I want to keep my quarterly goals top of mind. Um, Hey Des, she says, I'm here and ready to retain all of this somehow. Good thing it's a video on demand later that I can replay over and over. It is. Okay, I'm gonna take a drink because I'm a little thirsty. I have iced tea for you guys just in case. But the little shot of lemon, it's great. So I'm gonna do a call out. A call out basically is just like a box. And it has like, you can change your icon. I'm going to keep the little, what is this, light bulb there, kind of thought process. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 3 of these, because I generally do 3 kind of goals for each quarter. So I am going to make another one. And you can, if you know what it is that you're making, start to type it after you hit the little backslash. You don't have to scroll down. So I know it's a call out. So I'm just going to type CAL. All right. So I'm going to put these at the top and bring this over here. And then I'm going to bring this one. And I'm just looking for that little blue line that we mentioned. And that gives me my 3 lines. I also want this to be on the edge, so I'm going to bring this over because I want my little daily area to be off to the side. And I'm going to actually, because I don't need it to be that big, I'm going to drag this so that that gives space. But now these are not, the same. So I'm going to drag this a little bit because I have portion issues. So I think that's even. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Maybe bring that over just yeah, that looks about even. Okay, so then I'm going to bring these over, and really you're just looking for that blue line to drop it up under where you want it to be. So I am just looking for that blue line, and then I'm dropping. I'm right clicking, dragging it over, and then finding the blue line, and then letting go. And that's dropping it down. So now I have my pages right here. I have these, which will be my goals. So I'm going to go over here into planning before I set up my goals, because I want to set up my goals list. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a database. And I'm just going to type data, and I'm going to do an inline base. I tend to do my goals based on my values, or my kind of buckets, if you will, of things that I want to work on. So I'm going to rename this to values and themes, if you will. Okay, and so I'm going to add in, and I'm not going to do all of them. I'm just giving you guys kind of an overview and an idea of how I set this up. So I'm going to say being creative is one. Family is another one. What else? Financial responsibility, because we always like to be responsible. That's not how you spell responsible, so that should give you an idea of how responsible I am. Name positive, that's responsible, but we'll keep it working. And I'm going to put one more, and you just hit the plus button to add another one. I'm going to go with, let's say, self-care. That's not how you spell self. Again, you should tell how well I do with these things. Okay, so let's say self-care. What I'm going to do is then, hey, Nia, I'm going to change this. Whoops, I hit the wrong thing. I'm going to change this edit view to a list view. Okay. And then I'm going to put little icons. Let's see. Let's do a smiley face for that one and a dollar sign. Or maybe just dollars. Let's see. Is there a family? Oh, there is a family. Okay, let's throw a family there. And I know there's a paint. So I'm going to put a paint right there because that's being creative. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, this is a hack because I want to have something next to it, but you can't put something next to a database, unfortunately. Like the way I had those 3 things going across the top. So I'm going to create a header, but I'm not going to create a regular header. I'm going to create a toggle header. Actually, no, I'm lying to you. I am going to go ahead and create a regular header. Okay. And I'm going to title it values. Again, guys, if I could type, I'd be dangerous. Okay. Nope. Just remember why it needed to be the toggle header. Okay. We're going to turn it into a toggle header. And we're still going to keep it. It's basically going to look the same. It's just going to have this little arrow down, and you could make it come up. You can make it go down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this table up under that. Okay. So now we have that, and we're going to close it. I'm going to create another. Really? Why are you being silly? Okay. I'm going to create another toggle header. And I'm going to name it goals. And then I'm going to create another database. And this is going to be New Year goals. Okay, so there we go. And then I'm going to take this one and drag it up under goals. Maybe. I got the blue line, did I not? Oh, you know what it is? Because there it is. Okay, so there we go. So this way I can take this and then I can have them both in line. That's the only way if you want to have 2 databases next to each other, you can do it. Unfortunately, it's very annoying. I wish they would figure out how to not have you have to do that, but you do. And then once I do that, then I'm going to move this over just a little bit because I don't need that much room for the values. You can always then just keep it open. And there you go. You never have to even toggle those closed if you want. I am, however, just to give it a little bit more, I am going to put a background color. So if you go over to those 6 lines again, go over to color, and let's go green, just because. So see, now I know what that is. Oh, what happened to my title for here? Yeah, okay. Also, if you don't want to have that, you can hide the database you can hide the database title because I already have values up here. If I don't want to see that, then there you go. I can just hide it and just have the list view. Now, the reason why I do this is because year over year, I can look at what my goals were in relation to my values, as well as I can also go into my values and see, like if I have 2 values for being creative, but I have like 6 values for being value goals for being creative, but I have 1 for self-care. I can see where I'm at, relative wise. So that's what we're going to set up over here where you're going to put in, we're going to change the name here. And this is going to be the goal. This is going to be the value. And what we're going to do is we're going to change the type. Now we're getting a little advanced here, guys. What we're going to do is we're going to make it a relation. So we're going to click relation. And in order to do that, this is the other reason I had the values set up first, because you have to have the database that you're going to connect it to set up. So we're going to click values. There we go. I tend to plan quarterly. So I'm going to add a select because I only want to be able to select one quarter. So I'm going to put in quarter. And I'm going to select, hit one select again, and I'm going to put in status. So here I can add in first. Woohoo! I could spell. It would be great. Quarter. Second. Oh my gosh, guys. I promise I normally am a way better speller than this. Third. You notice how it's putting these on each row? It's because I selected it as an individual, so it won't let me do more than one on each one. Let's go there. Okay. Again, once you do that, then you have to obviously go back in. Also, I wish you could just select and it doesn't automatically assume that that's what you want in that section, but you know, I'm not a programmer, so I don't know how easy or how hard that would be to fix. Status, and I'm going to change status here for a second. Here's another little small hack. If you don't want to have to do that, change the type to multi-select. Okay. Type in, let's see, planning, currently, because maybe you're currently working on it. Let's see, to do, maybe you're doing it now. Let's see, pause, because sometimes, you know, like something happens, you have to pause something. I always put in a waiting on someone because, okay, how many times have you, like, you have a goal, let's say, and you guys will know this, I'm going to put it in writing terms. You have a goal, you write this great novel, you send it to a beta reader or somebody else, and now you're waiting on that person to get stuff back to you. You're waiting on someone. Or you like have something that you want to get done, you know, like you call to schedule something, you're waiting for them to get back to you. You're waiting on someone. So I like to put that in, you know, waiting on someone. And let's go with finished. Okay, so those are the ones that we're going to do. So this is what we're going to do because they're all in there now. So you can get rid of all of these because once again, they will show up on the first goal. And now go back to status. Again, this is a little bit of a hack. Come over here, go to select. Check it out. They're all still there. But you didn't have to like type in each one. It just all lists out. So there you go. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in 3 random goals. So let's say save $100 every month. That's one of our goals for the year. We are going to create that under financial responsibility. Oh, wait a minute. What happened to my link? Okay, somehow it got rid of my relation link. I don't appreciate that. Oh, because I forgot to click add relation. Always click add relation. That was my bad. Okay, so there we go. We're good. Okay, so now I'm going to click financial responsibility. Again, if I could spell, it would be dangerous. Um, so that's the link that we want there. I'm going to say first quarter because we want to start off strong. And status is currently, because we're going to say it's, a major thing. Now let's say one of your other things is write first draft of, and I'm not spelling correctly, guys, draft of new novel. Okay, so that's under. So fun fact, my computer does run faster except for when I am doing Notion for some reason and I'm on two screens. I don't know why. Okay, that's first quarter, and we are currently planning that, let's say. And I'm going to throw in another one. Have a what is it? What do people call it when you turn off all your electronics? What is that? Dark out day? That's not right. Black. I'm gonna put blackout day. I don't know what it's called. Okay, so we're gonna have a blackout day for screens. Because I don't know what it's called. And I'm going to put that under family because you want to do it as a family and have family time. So we're going to put that there. Again, we're going to make it first quarter, maybe. And this is to do. All right. So there we go. So now we're going to go back to our home dashboard. Screen free day. Thank you, Apocalypse. I love that, Apocalypse. Okay, so the reason why I did the planning first is because I'm going to come over here where it says type something. You do not have to type something. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit that backslash and I'm going to type in link because I'm going to link it to a page. Even though those things are in your database, they are considered a page. Why are you being slow? There we go. Okay, so I know one is save. Oh, why did it not go into where I wanted it to go? It's supposed to go right here. There we go. However, oh, no, didn't want to do that. You can hit Control Z to go back. I don't know why it's not coming up as that line. Oh, I know why. Okay, hold on. We're going to delete this. I know what I did wrong. Guys, sorry about that. That was my bad. Okay, we're going to click in save $100 a month. What you want to do is highlight it, and then you're going to link it here and type in save, and then you have it. And there you go. That's what I did wrong. Sorry about that. Because the great thing is when you say you have something that you need to add to that, you can just come in, click here, it'll take you straight to your to that page, and then you can add whatever notes or task or anything that you need to do right there. And then once again, following our breadcrumbs, we can go right back to the beginning. You can do the same thing here. Type in what was it? The blackout day. Or screen free day. You don't even have to spell it the same way, since obviously, as you can see, I can't spell right now. You can click link. You do have to spell it right here though for it to find wherever it is that you're trying to do. But now you have that. So there you go. So that's like a great way that you can keep all of your stuff top of mind. Same thing. We're not going to put the writing novel here right there. What we're going to do is we're going to go into our writing space and we are going to set up. I'm going to do a page again. And I'm going to title this writing. Writing 2023. Let's do that. Okay. So we're gonna make a whole space. I'm gonna make an empty page once more again, and I'm gonna create a database, an inline database. What I'm gonna do is this is going to be the name of novel, if you will. I'm gonna leave tags, but I'm gonna change it to genre. You can still also put, I love to put a status. That's always one of my favorites. Again, if I could spell, it'd be great. You can add in, I personally like to add in a synopsis. Now I'm going to tell you why. I add a synopsis because sometimes you're on the go and you get like an idea for what it is that you want to write, but that's all you get. You don't get character names. You don't get like, you know, how many words it might be. You don't get like all your great other information that we go through. You don't get like where, you know, anything might be located, no world building, no any of that, right? You just get like this idea. Sometimes you don't even get a whole idea. You get like two people fall in love while at a hockey game. I don't know. But that's all you get, right? So instead of going in and creating like a whole list of everything, and all this different stuff, I keep the synopsis up here because real quick, I can go in, I can type it, I can type the genre, I can type in the synopsis, I can close out the app. We're done, we're good, we're golden. All right. One of the things that I want to add as well is something that I noticed with Lizelle Sansbury. She has this on hers, and I think it's very interesting. She has where it says, oh, what does she call it? I'm going to call it interest. I don't think that's what she called it. But guys, oh my God. Okay. Because if I stop talking, I can actually write. Okay. So she has what she calls interest, which is like high interest, medium interest, I can't remember what the other ones were, but like the last one was, I'm probably never going to write this. Because that is an interesting way to kind of keep track of what it is that you're doing. Because let's be real, sometimes you think of something and you do have an interest right into it. And other times you think of stuff and you're like, this sounds interesting, but really it's just not my cup of tea. So you can add that in, and she even has it in, I want to say she has like high and then like a space and like this and like very interested. I'm just gonna not type as I talk as I type. Want to explore. So she has like a whole, you know, thing. You also can do it where you have, I'm going to get rid of this. Yes, I want to remove it. Where you just have hi. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. Because apparently I also did not say that. Okay. Yeah. It's me. Hi. So you can do it like that, and then you can come over here and you can make like a like just a text box, and you can have a cheat sheet, if you will, of like hi um means, what did I say, like very interested kind of conversation. And then you can highlight this, like say whatever color you made that, you can come over here into your highlights. Let's say you made it yellow because you're very interested, and you can do that for each line. So then you could do another line where it's like mid interest, if you will, and you can type whatever that is, and then you can highlight that, change it to blue, if you will. And so each one can match whatever your interest is right there. You can type in your genres, like, some of us multi-jump. We do fiction, we do historical, we do paranormal, we do romance, whatever. So you can have all of those in. You can also have status of, like researching, plotting, editing, drafting, sent to beta readers, sent to alpha readers, whatever the status may be. You can add those in so that you can keep track of what it is that you're working on, what you're currently working on, what your next project is. You could even have that for your interest. You could have like next project might be one of your interest columns, whichever one it is. So I'm going to put in I'm going to steal one of Eva's lines. The Arthur Tube Diaries. Okay, so let's say that is the one that we're working on. And it's true fiction, if you will. So we're going to add that. The status is plotting. So we're going to add that. Interest is high because that's the only one I have on there. Synopsis is, you all know. So there we go. The reason why I did that first is because now I'm going to go over to the database. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to type out what the goal was, which is write first draft. That was the goal. But when I highlight it, I'm going to link it to, because that way, if I want to go in and I want to work on that story, it's right there, as opposed to going into where the planning is, because I may not keep any of my notes in the planning because it makes more sense to keep it under the writing. Does that make sense to you guys? Hopefully. Have I lost you? Am I going too fast? Are we good? Send up a flare if you need some help. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back into planning, and I'm also going to add in another database. This one I'm going to do as a gallery view. Okay, and I'm going to do new database here. And this is going to be my monthlies, if that type's right. So each month is going to be its own month. So this will be all of my stuff for January. It happens, Des. I'm there with you. Des said I'm gonna need to watch this and do it side by side with you a few times. Absolutely. This would be February. Maybe. There it is. Okay. Now I'm going to show you a couple of things of how to make it. I know how to speak aesthetic. I'm going to keep Canva open sometimes. So we're going to go over here, and I'm going to go into, let's just do a YouTube banner. So I'm going to look in the elements. Let's just come in with January. Let's look for January. Let's look at photos. This one's pretty cool. I'm going to go with that. The reason why I picked this one is because it has like this lovely open space in the middle. Gonna bring it up a little bit. Like, let's go right there. Text. I'm going to change the color to white. And maybe there. And make it pretty big. Okay. So I'm going to download that. You can download it as a PNG or as a JPEG. It will take both when you're working in Notion. So I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to go to January. I'm going to get rid of this stuff because I don't need that. And I am going to backslash, and I'm going to type in image. And I'm going to upload a file. I'm going to pick the one that we just did. Click open. And there we go. That's where it is. Apparently that file, maybe because I did the YouTube one, apparently that is too big, and I don't know if I can change the size. I can't change the size. Okay. So let's do, it's very rare that I run into that. I wonder if it's the picture that I used. That's very interesting. Because I've uploaded like cover art, and I've never had, like actual book cover art that I was using, and I've never had it really tell me that it was too large. That's kind of wild. But I wonder if it's because of the size that I was using. Wow, guys. Let's try that. Because it would be smaller this way. So maybe that's what it needs. All right, let's try that. Let's see if that one works. Huh, it's still saying relatively the same. Let's try again, shall we? Let's play a game, shall we? Bonus points if you can name the movie that's from. There we go. So that's what it was. But we put that in. I'm actually going to shrink it. If you just go over on the sides, you'll get these little like handlebars. And you can shrink that a little bit. Ooh, maybe not that quite much. Just go that way. Okay. And if you can see, now we have a cover image that says January. And you could do that for all your months if you feel so inclined. Now, okay. In the sense of, what was the statement that we had a little bit earlier with the idea of procrastination, productive procrastination? This could be that if you get into doing that. Just so we're aware. But, if you like all of your stuff to look aesthetic and pleasing, and it makes you want to come back and makes you want to, do different things on here, play around with different things, by all means do it. All right. I tend to go back and forth. This is a great little thing that they've added. This right here will take you full screen. This will then now change where you could do a sneak peek, which just, I'm over here motion. Oh, you can't see me. Okay, I'm motioning. It's like off to the side. You have the center, or you can have full page. Sneak peek puts you right over here. And I believe you can make it a little bit bigger. I kind of like this new feature that they have here because sometimes you don't want to get rid of everything that's on the other side, but you do want to kind of go in and play with some stuff here. One of the other things, if you don't want this right here in the center, you can create that as a cover image. And then you can change this so that where, oh, I got to remember how to do it. You can change it where it's not the picture that's in here that shows up here. It's the cover image that shows up here. Completely up to you which one you want to do. If that's something you guys want to know, let me know. I will work really hard to remember how to do it. So one of the other things that I like to do, oh, that's interesting. I'm clicking over here, but for some reason it's only showing. It's only letting me do something over here. So maybe you do have to do it as full screen in order to then, yeah. Okay, so apparently you do. I did not realize that, guys. Look at there. I'm learning along with you. You can always do, like I sometimes do a goals for the month over here, and you can bring that over, put it off to the side. It will move that over. If you go back into your monthly, the picture still shows up, so it's not going to change that. And then I would put just like a to-do list right there of the different things that you want to do for the month. You can also, if you want to, you can embed your social media calendar on here, because like maybe this is where you want to plan your social media for the month of January. If you also want to, and here's one of the great things about this. I'm actually going to come down here and I'm going to go to database. Okay. So if you scroll down where it says link view of databases, I'm going to click a database. It's going to come up with all of the databases that you have. I create a content calendar. So I'm going to click that right here. Oh, nope, I did not. This is the content calendar from up here that it comes with. We'll leave it be. Okay. So we're going to keep that. What you can also do, and this is a fun thing that you used to could not do. In this second table view, you can add like say your monthly planner list. You can add another different view that is a different database. So if you want to have one spot right down here that has like your to-do list task, that has your social media calendar, and then has your regular calendar, you can have it all in one database form right here. You just would maybe rename up here what they are and then make sure that it's listed out on the view that you want it to list. Because like, see here, I would want to edit the view. And instead of a table, I would want a calendar. And then maybe I would also want to rename to writing Cal or something like that. And so then that way I would know this is my to-dos, this is my writing calendar, this is whatever it is. And again, let's say this one that doesn't have a source, so let's not use that one. Let's say here you want it to, you don't want to see it as a table once more. You want to see it as a Kanban. So you know exactly what it is that you're working on. So you can have it listed out here. And there you go. So you can change all your different stuff and have different views so that you know what it is that you're working on and how you're working on it in the same table. An example of that, I'm actually going to get out of this because we only have a little bit longer and then I'm going to let you guys go. But I will be back maybe next week. Would you guys prefer a live or a video? Drop it in the comments. This would be an example. Here, I have my general calendar right here. But then I have my writing calendar right here. And then I have my social media calendar right here. These all live in different places. My general calendar is a page in and of itself. My writing calendar lives in my writing center, and my social media calendar lives in my content bank. So they all are different calendars in their own space, but they kind of flow into this one spot. So when I come in and I'm planning what my day or my week or my month looks like, I have all of them right here. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. So we have that there. You also can do little pictures, and per Des, because she did ask me this, if you would like, here we go. Let's say you want to add a GIF of someone writing. So what you would do is you would search up GIF writing. Go into wherever. We always like a good Kermit. A good Kermie. You're going to click embed. And you're going to copy the code. Okay. You're going to come back over here. And you are going to backslash, because everything goes with the backslash. Type in embed. Click embed. Paste your link. Click embed link. It's going to take a little minute, and there you go. And then you can kind of move it where you would have it that you'd want it to be. And there's your GIFs. So there you go. You can add GIFs, you can add pictures. There's so many different things. Like, honestly, we would be here for weeks for me to show you everything that you can do in Notion, because it's such a powerful tool. But it also, I get how it can be overwhelming and how it takes time to really get involved. And I would say, again, so you don't go down a rabbit hole, or we don't get into productive procrastination. I generally, when I was first setting up my Notion, I set specific time frames. So it was like, I'll watch a sprint or a live stream, and that would be my Notion time. And I had that time frame to get it done. If I didn't get it done in that time frame, then, like, we move on to the next day. Notion is not something you're going to set up Like you're going to come in and you're going to be like, this is what I want to do. Okay. And just nail it right out the park. Because what's going to happen is you may find yourself looking at other people's notions, or you might like start to get into it and you're like, oh, this would be great. Like, I will show you. It's actually in this one. This was one of my absolute favorite pages when I set it up. My media library. If it will come up. I was literally obsessed with this page. Like I loved my my rating scale for it. I love the fact that like I had my pictures, I had my full catalog of, you know, my titles, my author, my genre, my rating, if it was a favorite, if I owned it, what it was. Like I could pick if it was a book, a movie, an ebook, an audiobook, who suggested it, if I loaned it out, who I loaned it out to, I could write in their name. Like it was amazing. And then I was like, oh, and I'll divide it out into like television shows that I want to watch and movies that are coming out that I want to get into and watch. I can list on one hand how many times I've actually gone into this media library, including now, and still have room left over. So yeah, sometimes you design stuff like this is my like where I put all of my TLRS lifestyle stuff, which is fun and great, but it's not functional for me. So I have figured out that I need to figure a way to make it more functional because it doesn't do what I need it to do in any way, shape, or form. Like I have great project ideas and I'm not acting on any of them because I'm not involved in them. So this is actually now going to incorporate into a couple of other different pages with how I'm going to do it, because I want to make sure that I'm actually doing what I need to do for these things. But the thing is, this took me like a month to set up because actually it maybe took longer than that. Like the base of it probably took 20 minutes, but then I kept adding stuff to it and changing stuff and throwing things in and moving stuff around and playing with this and trying out that. And then it was like, that's a lot. And it became overwhelming for me. And I've been using the system for quite some time. So, you know, like it's not something, again, don't look at it as like, I have to plan out everything in one go. Get your base system set up. And that's what I'm trying to show you here is like the idea of this is my base. This is all I need right this moment. This gets me into my goals, my writing, my planning, my social media, whatever your top 3 or 4 things are that you need to work on. This gets me into that. It sets it up. And then we can go from there, because it's easier to get into it and then figure out what you need to do than to try to be like, oh, I wanted to look exactly like Tiffany's, or I wanted to look exactly like this person's or this person who maybe has been working at it for quite some time and still may not know what's functional or what's working really great for them, and is still trying to figure it out, or who has been doing it for forever and has like down pat and know exactly what it is. And there are people who are like Notion ambassadors that still redo their Notion system like all the time because it's like, oh, I can figure out a way for it to be more functional. I can figure out a way for it to be more aesthetic. I can figure out a way for it to do what it is that I need it to do better. So don't go into it thinking I'm going to sit down and I'm going to figure everything out right this moment. Live in it, play in it, have some fun, enjoy yourself, do some different things, mess up. It'll be great. And you'll be good. All right. Oh, Nia, but I want mine to look exactly like yours. Well, we're going to work on that. The neighbors came over to help us with something and took up our time here. Oh, Des, you have my ear. You can always ask whatever questions you need to ask. And I have no problems like consulting with anybody who needs help or who isn't sure or has questions. Because when I first started, it was me and like 12,000 Notion videos on YouTube. I'm still getting YouTube recommendations for Notion videos. And we'll go from there. Oh, I want to look pretty and functional. We will make it look pretty and functional. We work on that. So yes, I may have to steal you backstage for a session. You got me. So yes, any other quick questions? Because I don't want to take up a lot of your evenings, and we're approaching the 6:00 mark. And I also might want to get something to nibble on before I hop over to Nia, the Vixen of Fictions live stream. If you are not going, I highly recommend meet us over there. It should be a good time. Even though, again, I don't remember if it starts at 6 or if it starts at 7. Nia's in the comments. She can tell me because I never know. I don't know when it starts. I generally just pull it up and on my TV, and it tells me how many minutes I have until it starts, and then I'm like, okay, I'll be there. And so yeah, but I guess that is probably it. I am gonna go ahead in the idea of looking up Nia's stream, which does start in 1 minute. I am going to share the link, and I'm going to head over there myself because 2 minutes. There we go. There is the link. And I am going to say good night, guys. If you have, again, any questions, you can reach out to me on pretty much all of the socials. I am TLS Lifestyle, as well as you can check me out on my Ko-fi page. Ask any questions you would like, and I am here for you. All right, guys. Hopefully, I will see you next week. It will either be a live or it will be not live, otherwise known as a video. Probably will be alive though. And then I also will be reading the first story in my new Christmas story called Come Find Her. So come hang out with me next Monday. We'll do some fun stuff next week. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye. And then if I could find the broadcast, we'd be done. Okay.